And we recorded that, and that's all inside the Social Bee Academy. It was really interesting. Sarah used Air France as one of her examples, and actually Air France's chatbot is for people who have already booked their Air France flights, and it's used as a customer service tool, which I thought was really interesting. The other one she used as an example was the Lego bot, which will help you pick the right Lego set for the next present for your child, whether it's Christmas or birthday or whatever. So really interesting. If you want to watch Sarah's training on that, it was over an hour long, so valuable. Come and join us at the Social Bee Academy go to louisebrogan.com/join, and you get your trial offer there. It's only £7 for your first week, and you can hop in there and watch Sarah's training, as well as all the other volumes of training on how to use social media and how to build your business online. And you know that I'd love to see you in there. We also have a brilliant Facebook group where people post questions, share ideas. We've been doing a video challenge during August. I think we're going to be doing a chatbot challenge for September with Sarah's help. So that is Facebook Messenger. I'd love to hear if you're using Messenger. Send me a message on my Facebook page and let me know how you are using it. I think that more and more people are going to be talking to each other on a one-to-one basis rather than broadcasting out larger messages. People are connecting more in one-to-one. So really interesting to see where Messenger goes in 2019, 2020. Okay, the next app is actually more of a tool that I use, not for working with clients, but to make my business life easier, and that is Park Mobile. So there are different apps depending on where you live, but basically Park Mobile is how I manage my car parking. Simply put, it's an app on your phone. When you park your car, wherever I park my car in Northern Ireland, doesn't matter if it's Belfast City Centre or anywhere else, instead of having to look around the car for change to put in the parking meter or get out of the car, go to the parking meter, put your credit card in and make your payment and get the sticker to put in your car window, I simply open the parking app and you choose the location that you are in. We actually have both family cars on the parking app, so I make sure I choose the right car that I'm in. And then I put in a 4-digit code for the car park that I'm in, or it doesn't have to be a car park, it can be on-street parking. Select the code and then literally it starts charging you for your car parking. The tip is to remember when you get back to your car to turn your parking meter off, and that tells you how much money you've spent, and it takes the payment directly from the bank account, and it is just so handy especially if it's raining. Oh my goodness, I see people getting out of their car, throwing an umbrella up if they have one in the car, going over to the parking meter, and I want to say to everybody I see, download this app. It's so much handier and useful, and really just a time saver in the business, and cheaper as well because it only charges you for the minutes you're parked as opposed to trying to guess how long you'll be. So Park Mobile, use it, get it today. Oh my goodness, it's just so handy. All right, the next app that I use on a daily basis on my phone is my podcasting app. So I have Android phone, so I use Podbean. I love podcasts. I listen to them when I'm walking the dog or in the car, and when the kids go back to school, I'll be going back to the gym. You can follow the podcasts you want to listen to. You can subscribe to them. You can search for podcasts that you want to listen to based on the name of the podcast or the topic that you're interested in. You can download the podcast to your phone if you want. If you subscribe to them, I think they download automatically. So you want to make sure you're not subscribing to too many because you want to fill up your phone. Do delete ones you've listened to already as well. Again, thinking about the storage on your phone. If you're listening to a podcast, you can click on the show notes in that podcast and read more about it. There should be links in the person's show notes to send you to more information about whatever topic they're talking about. I'd love you to subscribe to the Social Bee podcast so you don't miss any episodes. And if you are subscribed to the podcast, or if you are a regular listener to the podcast, I'd love you to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts. And if you do that, I will read it out on the show and really appreciate that. So podcasting apps, different. If you have an iPhone, of course, you would just use Apple Podcast directly. Okay, the next app that I use regularly, and I'm using it right now, is Zoom. So I record my podcasts on Zoom with the video turned off for sound quality, a tip I was given back before I started recording my podcast. I record my strategy sessions and training on Zoom. This means that the person who's receiving the training gets a copy of the video afterwards so they can go through it themselves. I use Zoom for my monthly masterclasses in the academy. So whenever we had our chatbot masterclass, I created the masterclass, sent out the link to my list, sent the invite to Sarah, who was running the class. When everybody came onto the class, we all say hello. And then I handed over control to Sarah of the class so she could share her slides on it. You can choose to have the other people on video or not. You can choose to have their sound turned on or not. As the host, you can turn the other people's sound off on the Zoom call. All my calls are recorded and saved onto my cloud. And then I can upload them to wherever I need to be. So for the academy, for example, I upload them into our Teachable site. For my podcast, once I finish recording this, I'll send it to my podcast editor. And then, or if it's the person who's booked the strategy session, I will send it to them afterwards as well. I also host my webinars on Zoom, and you can have up to 100 people attending without having to buy the Zoom webinar software. When you schedule your call on Zoom, you can send an invite to the other people coming along, or you can copy and paste the invitation and send it out through email or messenger. You can even create an event on Facebook or share it as a post on Facebook or in your Facebook group to invite people to join Zoom. So I'm not sure what I would do without Zoom. I'm sure there's other software out there, but I find it just so easy to use that I use it all the time. Okay, the next app we're going to look at is Slack. So I came a bit late to the Slack party. I know it's in use with a lot of people in the tech industry, and I did work with a client before who used Slack to connect the whole team, but I didn't really appreciate it, I have to say. Where it's come into its own for me is as part of the Make Your Mark online community. So that is a membership I am part of that is run by Martin Huntbatch and Lindsay Cambridge, who are my go-to help with all things to do with the website. Really fantastic couple, so helpful. But they decided to move the community onto Slack. So I have access to that on both my Mac and my phone. How it works is we have different threads in there on different topics. And people can tag you in there. You can see all the different members who are in there. You can add videos. You can add links to things. It's great for discussions. But also I like the fact that you can access it on your computer, or you can also access it on your phone. It's really great for having a community and a good alternative to using Facebook groups if you have a community online that you're working with. Some news about Facebook groups, actually, that they have announced this week as I'm recording this, it's August 2019. They have announced that they're doing away with different kinds of groups, and they're simplifying down to public or private groups. So you just don't know what way the software companies are going to go, the big social media companies. So do not build your business relying on someone like Facebook. Build your business by creating an email list and getting people to subscribe to your emails. Have your own website and consider using things like Slack to have your community so that you're not dependent on the whims and changes of a big company like Facebook. So talking about Facebook, that is, of course, another app that I use all the time. So I have the Social Bee Academy inside Facebook, ironically, after what I just said. But we also have Facebook Live, we have Facebook Messenger, Facebook pages, Facebook personal profiles. I have covered Facebook quite a bit on the podcast. If you want to go back and listen to some of those episodes, I have one about how to use Facebook in your business. In 2019, it is still huge platform to use for business, but do be wary not to build all of your business on your Facebook page, okay? I would love to hear about all the apps that you're using and what you like about them. So I'm inviting you to join us in the podcast community on Facebook, which is over at facebook.com/groups/social beehive. So do come in there and tell me what apps and software you use in your business. I'm really interested in the ones that you use every day and you don't think you could do without, because there may be some there that I'm not aware of. I mean, there are a lot of other apps that I use as well, but I've really covered the ones today that I'm using continually in the business. You know, I have my accounting software on there, Xero. I use, there's an app for Canva. There is an app for Dropbox. Lots and lots of apps, but these are really the main ones that I'm using on a daily basis. I hope you found this run through helpful, and I'd love to hear about the apps you're using. And of course, come and join us inside Social Bee Academy. I'd love you to be part of our membership community. Again, the link to that is louisebrogan.com/join. And I will talk to you on the podcast next week. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbeeni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.